Ladies and gentlemen, this is match number 5. On the tee representing United States of America, Chad Campbell.
The only time he played a singles in his previous Ryder Cup appearance, he did beat Luke Donald 5-3. 32 years old, 22nd in the world. Big, strong fellow Campbell.
Old style swing. Not wide and tall.
There's no applause. And he's down where Tiger was.
He struggled with his driving this year.
Luke.
If you don't know what they're saying, you can wonder.
Luke Donald.
It does sound like woo, woo, woo.
But of course, the Europeans aren't inclined to boo. They whistle when they're unhappy with somebody, don't they?
Or worse.
Or worse. Well, we won't go there.
Went to Northwestern University in Chicago, of course, and that's why he did so well at Medina in the US PGA Championship. Traditionally hits the ball right down the middle. Maybe not the longest of hitters, but this time he goes in the bunker. Of course, immediately I said that.
It's not the first time he's been in that bunker yet this week either. Obviously, he's not really comfortable on this tee shot. Keeps missing it to the left.
The referee of this match is Mark Wilson.
Chad Campbell at the first, 162. Pretty good lie to a front left pin, just over a mound. Didn't sound like he got a whole lot of club on that golf ball. And as Tiger did, he comes up short. But not as good of a situation for Campbell as he's short and to the left and not in the fairway. Luke Donald, see his ball in a wet spot in the bunker. Tough decision here, Warren. If you drop it out of the casual water, it tends to just plop down in the wet sand and plug. I would be inclined to possibly play it off of that lie.
I'd definitely play it.
We might have to go way back. Yeah,
no question about that. And because if you do find yourself lucky enough to find a dry spot, it'll be high. The sand, as you say, will be a little bit more fluffy. It'll just go straight down in the bunker and you have no shot, because the one thing you got to do out of bunkers from long range is take the ball clean.
I think I would play this like a ball in a divot. Put it back in my stance, hit down on it a little bit, make sure you catch the ball first, and just kind of pinch it forward.
Certainly got it well back in his stance anyway.
Just to have a little bit of mud on the ball as well, or mud and sand combined.
It says be right, it must be on line. Very good shot from that position.
Imagine lots of players have played shots like that, practicing on the beach.
4 points to retain the cup, 4.5 to win the match.
Difficult shot there for Campbell, but he made it look easy. I suppose with the rain, he could take a lot of the slope out by throwing it all the way up to the flag.
Just to keep the theme going, Luke Donald to win the hole, the first. Good putt, though, from Luke Donald. Great pace, just didn't quite break enough. Have to be happy with that. If you're Luke Donald, even though you missed, you hit a good putt.
All square, halves at the first 6 holes in this match, Donald and Campbell.
Trying to take the spin off it, hit it in softly. Very well played.
Well, no birdies at all in this match. Donald and Campbell. Chance to break that duck for Luke. Nope.
It's going to be a half. Campbell's already got his 4, so Par, 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 par. At the 8th, Luke Donald. Flag here is near the Liffey. Huge cheer for that. Luke Donald for a 2 at the 8th. This to win the 8th. Touched the hole on the way past, but all of a sudden, when you look at the scoreboard, McGinley 2 up, Clark 1 up, Howell 1 up, Olafable 1 up, Westwood 2 up, and of course, up near the top of the leaderboard, Casey 4 up. 2 wins and 2 halves so far in the game this week. As Campbell pops it in, and that's another half in this game. All the holes halved in par. Look, 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 we're shouting. Here the Tiger has lost his 9-iron in the water at the 7th. Slipped, and the 9-iron slipped. The club slipped out of his hand.
It's extraordinary that somebody hasn't been able to fish it out.
Well, they've partly been unable to do so.
Well, I've heard of lots of things before in this tournament, but I've never heard of a player losing a club like that. That's extraordinary.
He must have been close to going in if he threw it away.
Just holding the club so delicately, perhaps. Anyway, I can tell you that Harrington is squared at the 2nd in the bottom game against a Far Plank. Well, I mean, that's the most unusual thing I've ever heard.
I don't know where he was to lose his balance on the 7th Tiger to have a problem that would have fallen in the water. Mind you, pays Steve Williams a handsome wage. You think he might have actually found some diver equipment from somewhere and gone in and got it.
Do you think some American officials would have been there?
Well, you think somebody would be in there and get it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure he can muster up the skill to use an 8-iron or hit a hard wedge. We'll leave that thought alone as we go to Donald on the 9th. A desperate first person to make a birdie here, and a little bit of run could get a stranglehold on this match.
Luke Donald against Chad Campbell. Oh, what a putt.
And Donald goes 1 up on Campbell. Campbell at the 12th, 1 down now.
Pin is cut way over the left edge of the green, just over the water.
Much closer game this time than when they last met, and Campbell won by 5 and 3. I think that might be in the water.
Campbell in all sorts of trouble on the 12th, and I think that's going to be a concession. Donald goes 2 up.
Well, Donald's got 2 putts to win the hole and go 3 up here on Campbell, but he's only going to take 1 of them. So what a bust suddenly from Luke Donald. All square after 10, all the holes halved in par, and then Donald wins 11, 12 and 13, 2 of them with birdies. It's been a good back 9 for Luke Donald. And here on the 15th, a chance to go 4 up with 3 to play and take the point 4 and 3. Campbell to win the 15th. Hold it. First birdie of the day for Chad Campbell comes at 15. Donald is 2 up with 3 to go.
Campbell here, fighting back against Luke Donald. Won the previous hole, second shot to the 16th. That's well done. Right into the heart of the green, and that's no easy task, let me tell you.
Donald's third shot, 16. Campbell already on the green in 2. Bit tentative that was, wasn't it?
I'm not quite sure what he was attempting to play there with that type of action, because that's a long way out. If he was trying to send one in a little bit lower there and force it up the green, certainly got the wrong flight on it.
The sun is shining. All the rain at the beginning of the day has gone away and cleared up and come out to celebrate what would be a history-making third win in a row in the Ryder Cup for the European team.
Been an incredible performance. I mean, the Europeans were expected to win. They were the favorites. They were better on paper, but paper really has never meant anything in the previous Ryder Cups leading up to this one. Underdogs had won the previous 2, 4 out of the previous 5.
First time I've seen Garcia this week. There's a tired smile on his face, a little bit of disappointment. I'm sure he probably would have wanted to get all 5 points, make a little bit of history for the Europeans.
But some of the team spirit there, out following his good friend Luke Donald, yes, with whom he played and won twice in foursomes.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful scene, that, isn't it? With the Liffey coming round in front and to the side of the 16th, I beg your pardon, 16th.
Yeah, it's beautifully framed there by that stone wall. And there you can see again the slight difference. Europeans enjoying a smile or a chuckle together with the caddies, and picture before showing the American faces looking very tight-lipped.
The outcome is inevitable right now. The Europeans are going to win. It's easy to smile and joke, but they were doing that at the start of the week, at the Friday morning. They've always looked like they've been enjoying the journey. Okay, the Americans really have not enjoyed the journey.
Well, Donald held a good putt here on this 17th green yesterday. And he very nearly did again today. 5 for Luke Donald.
Bruce Donald's up in the match. 2 up, but Campbell has an opportunity to putt for eagle. 2 putts to win.
I think Ian Wisdom's going to enjoy a few push mills tonight. He wanted that one to go in. He wants it all, doesn't he?
I think he wants to secure
He
it
wants
quickly.
He wants the...
He doesn't look like, even though it's just a matter of time before the Europeans secure the win, it doesn't look like it can happen soon enough for Woosnam. I think he'll, at that point, just sigh and say, okay, I've done it.
Well, Campbell has this to win the hole. In fact, he's got 2 putts to win it. So it looks as if this one will go down 17. Well, now it comes back.
Come on. All right, good putt. All right.
And it's important for the Americans, they don't want to have too hefty a defeat if the games remain the way they are at the present moment.
It looks to me right now, as we wait for Campbell to putt, this is for his birdie to win the hole. Well, it looks to me, Montgomery's won, that's 11 points. Casey's won, that's 12 points. Donald is 1 up. If he can secure that victory, that'll be 13 points. Chad Campbell at 17, 1 down to Luke Donald. Difficult tee shot. He's not the straightest hitter around. Looking right.
Oh, that's deep in the trees. I hope he's not behind a tree, but he's going to have an awkward one coming out. Well, we've actually got Darren Clark is bound to get a half point. Stenson is bound to get a half point. So there's 1 point more. That makes it 13, Jay.
They're getting close, aren't they?
Now that's a surprise. I didn't think that Luke Donald would follow Chad Campbell into the right trees. Well, he's got a gap, but he's got to get it up and then hook it as well if he wants to get it on the green. It's clipped the trees. Is it going to be long enough? Well, he's done well to get it to the front edge. And that's not a bad place to finish, with the pin pretty well in the middle of the green there.
And we're not quite sure where Campbell is and how he is placed. We shall see in just a moment.
2 brothers, Christian and Luke, formed a wonderful partnership over the last few years. Well, he's got a gap out, but he's got to go left of the trees and try and cut it. That means he's aiming into the water. A much more difficult shot to take on this, because if it doesn't come off, it just goes straight into the liffey. And when you're playing out of long grass, sometimes you don't quite get the control of the ball and the spin that you want. I wonder whether he's going to change his mind and go the other way.
Warren, is this bringing back happy memories of your own Walker Cup career? Because you've experienced what it's like to play for your country against America in a winning team, as it turned out, at St Andrews.
Yeah, and that time we were a long way behind going into the singles and needed to require getting a lot of wins, but different cauldron this, a lot more pressure on these players. Mind you, we hadn't won for 33 years then. And there it is, into the liffey, and it's good night.
That was always a danger, wasn't it?
No, I just can't believe he took that one on, because it was really suicide. The shot that he was attempting there.
That's got to be 13 points now.
Well, we're getting there, aren't we? Getting to that moment when it's all going to happen. It's always very exciting when you get to that point on the Sunday when it's getting ready to be finally over. Of course, there's a lot of golf to be played yet. As Renton said, they do play out all the games.
You can just cozy this one up to the hole. Wouldn't want to go past it. Well, it opens the door a little bit, but Chad Campbell's got to chip his in. And
this point hasn't been won yet. Keep in mind that Montgomery's point has been won, Casey's point has been won, and Howell's point has been won. That's only 3.
It's 13.
So Howell's putt was to win that game, not the match.
Clark is on the par 5 15th. He's dormy. Stenson is on the par 5 16th.
well, it's simple. This one, it's got to go in, otherwise Donald will have the putt for the win. This is for a 4. And he picked it out, dropped it from the lateral hazard.
Pretty straightforward chip shot here, Warren. A little bit uphill, not a lot of break.
Straightforward if you're up in the match, a little more difficult if you're down.
I'm just describing the shot. The circumstances are monumental.
He's holed it. Oh, what a good effort. Thought that was going to go in.
Interesting, he's going to make Donald putt this. Donald has 2 putts to have the hole. This putt's going to break from right to left, just outside right, perfect line. And he wants to make it. He doesn't want to have in 4. He wants to knock it in and have in 5. He wants to knock it in for a 4.
This is to retain the cup. This is for the 14th point for the Europeans. And he holds it. So the Europeans have made sure of retaining the cup. They have 14 points.
To watch another Ryder Cup video, click here and subscribe here.